Hey YouTube family, this is your girl. I am the Bronze Goddess, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this Strawberry Letter. This is Strawberry Letter number 19, Before I End My Marriage. I might change the name, I'm a real spirit of the moment kind of girl. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read it. I want to get right into it because it is long as usual. These are very lengthy. Before I do that, please remember that these are real people with real problems, so please be considerate before commenting. Whew. Foolishness alert. Okay, gotta tell you that up front. Foolishness alert. Here we go. Bronze Goddess, I need your point of view on something before I end my marriage. First of all, what makes it so hard for me is that I stand by the words God's put in place for marriage. Well, my marriage has hit a hard spot again. Let me start by explaining. I went through my husband's phone picture part last week because I remember seeing a female that was not me or a family member. Just let me say that this is not something I normally do going through his stuff. I used to trust my husband. I saw pictures of about 8 different females in there, and they were naked. Yes, as we say in the country, naked. They were naked. Yes, I asked him about them and he started off by lying. He texted this guy's wife that he blamed the pictures on because we were friends. Yes, I was going to tell her and her husband was doing some wrong stuff. This is part of the letter I don't understand what she was trying to say. But anyway, and told her that he lied on her husband to get me off his back, but he will explain later, just don't tell me. And she sent my husband a text within 2 minutes, so he came up with another lie. After about 2 hours of going off, I took his phone and called the other people he sent the pictures to. I even called one female that was his old girlfriend from about 8 years ago. She said he asked for them, and he told her that we weren't together. He even sent her a text saying that she was still in his heart, baby. Bronze Goddess, that is not all. Some of the pictures of another girl, you could tell that he took it himself. Others were pictures that pictures that belonged to a girl that he said wanted a tattoo on her lower back, but her butt was showing. Ooh. Bronze Goddess, I have already prayed, and I have also went and picked up the divorce papers. I didn't mean to bust him in his eye and mouth. I was mad. I don't condone violence. Usually. She didn't mean to bust him in his eye and mouth. She packed up his clothes. I'm going to go ahead and summarize it because it's a little bit too long. He says he didn't cheat, even though there's pictures of him in a hotel room with a girl lying on the bed, butt, booty, naked. And he still says he didn't cheat. Caught red-handed and still won't admit it. Anyway, her question is, how do you think, she's moved it, she let him move out, she's changed the locks, but she's letting him stay with her for about a month. She's giving him a month to get his stuff together because he says he has no place to go. She's saying, is she stupid for being so nice? Ooh. How you gonna have a picture of another woman in your phone? She is butt, booty, naked, and you're gonna say you didn't cheat with the girl? Hotel, butt naked lady you don't know. What? First of all, I hope you know he cheated. Even if he didn't, even if, by some miracle, he really didn't actually complete the act, this is enough to constitute cheating. No married man should be in a hotel room with another woman butt naked. She's lying. What? First of all, he was, Lord. It's almost like he wanted to get caught. Who takes pictures of that? He documented all that. Did he think you would never, ever, ever touch his phone? Like, really? Oh my goodness. It's almost like he wanted to get caught. And then when he did get caught, he wasn't prepared for your reaction. You're better than me for letting him stay with you for a month while he gets his stuff together. To me, had it were me, I would have told him, why don't you call one of them girls that you was shacking up with, one of them girls that you was spending all this quality time with, why don't you call one of them girls to come take care of you? Because he wasn't worried about you when he was doing all this. So why are you so worried about him now? I know this is your husband. whenever the situation where there's a husband and a wife, I'm always going to say, try to work it out. You didn't say in this letter whether or not you have children. If you do have children, of course, I'm going to say, try to work it out. Because one day when your kids are older, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask you, why did you and their father break up? And you have to be able to look them in the face and say that you both tried everything that you could. And you have to mean that. And so I think that you should always try everything that you could to save your marriage. But if you can't get past the lying, nobody can blame you. After all this time, if he's still not confessing, it's a bad sign. I mean, you're already caught. It's 8 different women. Then he tried to lie and say it was his best friend's pictures or something like that. He was and you were gonna tell the best friend and the wife, and then he stopped you and was like, okay, I'm lying. Wow, this is really. What do I suggest that you do? I definitely suggest you continue to pray about it. I know you said you already prayed about it. But continue to pray about it. If you think there's any possible way you can forgive your husband, I say try. But if you think that you can't, go on about your life. I mean, nobody deserves to be with somebody like this. And the fact that he still has not admitted that he has cheated on you, to me, is crazy. How much more busted do you have to be? In a hotel room with a naked woman, that's not you. What do you mean you didn't cheat? You might as well have cheated. You might as well. I mean, what are you doing in a position? You're a married man. You never put yourself in a position like that. I think that you're handling the situation well. You are a much bigger woman than I am for letting him stay there with you. It would be hard to look at him if it were me. But, you have feelings for him. And like I said, you guys may have children together, so it may be very difficult for you to say, make it on your own, because it might be the father of your children. You didn't mention that in here. But I think you should continue to pray about it, and I think you should begin to start moving on with your life. I think maybe you guys should seek counseling, or maybe you should seek counseling. Not necessarily to put your marriage back together, because that might be a ship that's already sailed, but for you to heal. This is the kind of thing that makes, and I'm going to be honest and blunt, this is the kind of thing that makes women bitter. And that's having a relationship like this and having it end badly and not having the proper closure and not having the proper transition. And I think that this is a very kind of critical moment. I need you to look at your own well-being. Not necessarily you two as a couple, but your well-being. You don't want to carry any type of baggage into a new relationship. So you may want to speak with someone about your feelings, get it all out, because you're going to have trust issues. And I hate to say it, that's something you have to really pray about to keep yourself from being one of these bitter women because of bad things that have happened to you. I think you should be proactive about it and prepare yourself for moving on with your life. If you said you're already filing for divorce, prepare yourself for moving on with your life. And that means making sure that the next relationship that you enter is going to be a healthy one, and you're not bringing in all this baggage. You may want to speak to someone like your pastor or somebody like that, somebody you trust, about to get your feelings out. And I definitely don't suggest you rush into things. I think you need to take the time that you need to heal. I feel like whenever you take back a cheating spouse, one of the first things I think needs to be done, if that's something you decide to do, is they must confess. They must be open and honest. It's not like he has to tell you every tiny little nasty detail, because that might be too much information for you, but he should at least be man enough to admit what he did. Is him still saying he didn't cheat? Come on, man. Really? Come on. The fact that he can't even admit it is a huge sign that he wants to just overlook the problem. And that's not what you need. If you're going to work on it and if you're going to fix it, you need to address it head on. It's kind of like the elephant in the room. Just because you ignore it doesn't mean it's not still there. And we know it's there. Just because you don't acknowledge the problem does not mean it's not still there. If you both want to work out the situation, if you still love your husband, and if you still want to make it work, the first step is to make him, not make him, but he needs to be man enough, willing enough, love you enough to want to confess and tell you what you need to know. And then after that point, he needs to be patient enough to wait for you to feel like you're ready enough to forgive him. A lot of times when men cheat, they want to rush you, want you to hurry up. This is like strawberry letter number 2. He cheated and he wants you to hurry up and get over it. It doesn't work like that. It's, love and trust is like a wall, and you build it up together brick by brick by brick. Just because you say you're sorry and all that does not mean, you cheat, you knock it down. Just because you say you're sorry doesn't mean that the wall is going to instantly come back up. Just how slowly it took for you to build it up brick by brick, you have to work that same way with building it back up. He's knocked down that wall. And for him to begin to rebuild it with you, he needs to be honest. Because he's lied so much, he needs to start new and be honest about everything. Tell you every question that you have, he needs to answer if he truly wants to save this relationship, and if you want to save the relationship. But pretending like it didn't happen, that's not going to work. I would not take him back at all unless he was willing, man enough, to not just ask, not just say, I'm sorry for taking these pictures. You know good and well he did more than taking these pictures. He just doesn't want to say it because he knows that that's just too much for you. This is enough. This is already cheating. Whether he did the act or not, this is already cheating. This is too much for a married man. Naked women in your phone? She on the bed? I can't get over that one. What? You might as well have cheated with that girl. So unless the first step is admitting it and then giving you the time you need to heal, and then you can talk about counseling and slowly getting you back together if that's what you want. But the Bible already gives you a basis. Adultery, hate to be so blunt, but no. That's the great thing about the Bible is you don't have to wonder, like, what would WWJD, what would Jesus do? He already told you what he would do. He already said if your man cheats on you, that's adultery, and that's grounds to leave him. So you're justified either way. You say you're a Christian, well, you already know how this goes. If you don't want to stay with him, you don't have to. But if you want to make your marriage work, that's what you got to do, to me, in my opinion. So ladies and gentlemen out there who are watching, please give her some advice if you've been through this. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, leave your video responses below. If he can't admit that he cheated, he doesn't deserve to have you back. Because he hasn't changed. He's still a liar. That's how I feel. He was lying about, where were you when all these pictures taken, what was going on and all this other stuff. There's a lot of lies in there. And him not confessing is like he's still lying. So why say you're sorry and you're not going to change what you're sorry about? Are you sorry you got caught? Or are you sorry for lying? Because if you're sorry for lying, well, start telling the truth now. Tell me everything I need to know for me to get it out. Anyway, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Till next time, later, divas. Deuces.